Good evening, I'm your second presenter for tonight. My topic is about selection process. What is selection process? The selection process refers to the steps involved in choosing someone who has the right qualification to fill a current or a future job opening. There are 5 distinct aspects in the selection process. First is the criteria development. Second is the application and resume review. Third is the interview. Fourth is the test administration. And lastly, the permanent job offer. The first aspect of selection in planning the interview process, which includes criteria development. Criteria development determine which sources of information will be used and how those sources will be scored during the interview. The criteria should be related directly to the job specification and job analysis. Some aspect of the job analysis and job specification may be the actual criteria. This includes like personality or cultural fit, which would also be a part of criteria development. This process usually involves in discussing which skills, abilities, and personal characteristics are required to be successful at any given job. Step 2. Application and resume review. Once the criteria have been developed, on Step 1, application can be reviewed. There are 5 key areas can help you absorb the pertinent information quickly and objectively. First is layout and language. A cluttered visual layout, inconsistent formatting, mixing tenses, changing point of view, spelling errors, and error in grammar may reveal a lack of attention to detail. Second is easy to find education. Whatever your key education criteria such as college degree, membership with professional organizations, or in foreign language, skim the resume and make sure that the candidate has them. If not, you may want to move on to other and more qualified candidates. Third is personal statement. Strong candidates know how to structure a short personal statement to their advantage by trying together their skills, achievements, motivation, and providing clear examples to support any claims made. It's also picking up keywords used in the job description while avoiding glitch buzzword. A concise and engaging personal statement can help you zero in on key candidates. Fourth is job history, start, and end dates. You may want to focus on 3 things here. First, the candidate's recent job history and their stated experience, accomplishments, and contribution. Second is explain gaps in the candidate's employment history. And third is the overly fancy job titles and exaggerated responsibilities. Almost 60% of candidates lie on their resumes. So you may want to scan the resume for possible add-ons. The fifth one is the potential red flags. Red flags are the unexplained items or missing information from a resume. This might include employment gaps, evidence of decreasing responsibility, evidence that a career has perhaps gone backwards, evidence of high job turnover, and multiple shifts in career path. Focusing on a few key features when considering candidates can make the review process quicker and more efficient. Third step is the job interview. An interview is a goal-oriented conversation in which the interviewer and the applicant exchange information. In job interview, there should be an interview planning. First, The physical location of the interview should be both pleasant and private, providing for a minimum of interruptions. Next is the interviewer should possess a pleasant personality, empathy, and the ability to listen and communicate effectively. He or she should be familiar with the applicant's qualification by reviewing the data collected from other selection tools. There are 5 content of the interview. First is the occupational experience. Exploring an individual's occupational experience requires determining the applicant's skills, abilities, and willingness to handle responsibility. Second is the academic achievement. In the absence of significant work experience, a person's academic background takes on greater importance. Third is the interpersonal skills. If an individual cannot work well with other employees, chances of success are slim. This is especially true today's world with increasing emphasis being placed on the use of teams. Fourth is the personal qualities. Personal qualities normally observed during the interview include physical appearance, speaking ability, vocabulary, poise, adaptability, and assertiveness. Lastly, the organizational fit, a hiring criterion that is not prominently mentioned in the literature of organizational fit. Organizational fit is ill-defined but refers to the management's perception of the degree to which the prospective employee will fit in with, for example, are the firm's culture and value system. Step 4. Test administration. Any number of tests may be administered before hiring decision is made. This includes physical tests, personality tests, and cognitive tests. Some organizations also perform reference checks, credit report checks, and background checks. Personal testing is a valuable way to measure individual characteristics. Hundreds of tests have been developed to measure various dimensions of behavior. The tests measure mental abilities, knowledge, physical abilities, personality, interests, temperament, and other attitudes and behaviors. Evidence suggests that the use of tests is becoming more prevalent for assessing an applicant's qualification and potential to success. Tests are used more in public sector than in the private sector, and in medium-sized and large companies than in small companies. And lastly, the step 5. Individuals who perform successfully in the preceding steps are now considered eligible to receive the employment offer. The actual hiring decision should be made by the manager in the department where the vacancy exists. The selection process result should be made known to candidates, successful and unsuccessful, as soon as possible. Any delay may result in the firm losing a prime candidate, as top prospects often have other employment options. As a matter of courtesy and good public relations, the unsuccessful candidate should also be promptly notified. In conclusion, the objectives of the selection process are to select the candidates whose success probability in the job is the highest and motivated right candidates to opt for the vacancy by a proper presentation of the organization to the potential candidates. The selection process is a series of steps through which applicants pass. Candidates who fails to qualify for a particular step is not eligible for appearing for the subsequent step. The result of the step is crucial. Failure of any step disqualifies the candidate from attempting to the next step. It is designed to determine the most likely candidates to be successful at fulfilling the job requirements by eliminating those candidates less likely to succeed. That's end my presentation. Thank you for listening and